Glenn, your stupid head is out of the frame.
Oh.
Like an small.
Yeah, it's not even right. So today, we are very honoured to be sitting here, gathered again, to talk about shit. I mean, something about Iceland, I don't know. Ask this girl.
No, it's just it's the first time that we're trying something new, so I decided to bring these two idiots in to the vlog. And
She decided.
She decided.
Yeah.
She told us.
Okay, this is Glenn, this is Tim, and I'm Cheryl, obviously, because this is my vlog. In December last year, we went to Iceland, and we traveled for 9 days. There's quite a lot of things that we went through in the 9 days, and I think just want to share some of these experiences with you.
Because sharing is caring.
Day one, we arrived at Reykjavik in the afternoon. So we decided to just spend a little bit of time in town to roam around, discover a little bit of town before we went on our crazy road trip. Can I first say that food is so expensive in Iceland?
Let's talk about the amazing fish and chips.
So we went to this cafe called the Laundromat Cafe, and we ordered basic stuff like fish and chips. What do you order? Burgers, normal stuff that you would get in cafes everywhere, right? It is about 53 Sing dollars per person without any drinks, just the dish itself.
Let's take a moment to appreciate that.
If you say Singapore food is expensive, right? Think again.
Yes, so from then onwards we realized that it is very important to go and shop for our own groceries, and important to get people who know
Master Chef
how to cook. And then after the Laundromat Cafe, we went to this very famous Harpa concert hall. Harpa concert hall?
Yeah, it's like Esplanade level up.
It's very beautiful. It's
architecturally, it was really quite something to behold.
It is.
It was really nice.
Magnificent.
What is 6 degrees? How is this 6 degrees?
This is like 15.
I don't know. It's so pretty at night! Day 2!
We started our road trip for reals. Plan for today was to hit the more touristy parts of Iceland, the southern part of Iceland. And these are parts where it will be more crowded because tour buses are still able to do day trips there and back. From what I recall, we went Seljalands Falls and Goga Falls.
First pit stop.
We need to go. Have I seen?
We need to go, Tim, come on!
Ais kacang. Ini ais kacang. The water's very tranquilizing. Who the f was staying here?
Iceland is very well known for their waterfalls. Skogga Falls. Windy as
I caught this on camera, you shit! Hey, car careful!
Day 1 we went to 3 places: Seljalandsfoss, Skogafoss and the plane wreck.
Plane wreck.
Solheimsander, something like that. Solheimsander.
We used to be able to drive
Okay.
all the way to the plane wreck, and then authorities, was it? The
Yeah.
government decided that over time it would ruin the lands. So now we can only park 4 kilometers outside, away from the plane wreck, and we had to walk 4 km in, 4 km out.
Back.
Because the roads were not very easy to walk. It's uneven, sometimes I trip over rocks, and most of the time our faces were just dead.
Our noses were like
Red.
we were Rudolph basically.
We didn't have much footages for that because most of the time we're just trying to keep our hands warm. Would you say it's worth it?
Of course, oh my god, I swear it's really worth it. It's super Instagrammable if you are really one of those people who like to post photos. Also, say me.
Self-obsessed.
But fun fact, if I'm not wrong, right, I remember every one of the planes survived. If I'm not wrong. I read it
Oh
somewhere.
yes.
Yes.
For me, it's not worth it to walk 8 kilometers just to see the plane, because there were a lot of photographers there and it takes a lot of patience to get that perfect shot you want. Plus, in that weather condition, it was tough. Day 3.
Sun.
We went ice glacier hiking.
I think
So
because especially places like this, you don't get to travel often, or ask yourself, maybe you will never go back to these places again. It may be a bit wallet pinching, but it's worth it. It was about 200 over for this
Entire hike.
Yeah, it was
3 hours, right guys?
it was a 3-hour hike. So we got the earlier slot.
Yeah.
This is key.
Yeah.
This is key.
Daylight is only about
10:30ish to 2:30.
2:30. There was one day that the sun didn't even rise to 12. So that we were driving in grey skies and grey conditions. It felt like a scene of Black Mirror. We reached there at 8. And then there was a lot of procedures,
Oh, yes, yes,
wearing
yes.
your crampons, because you cannot walk on ice without crampons.
Every month she gets a cramp on.
There's a bus that drives you all the way to the ice glacier,
The foot of the
and then they will split you in smaller groups. Out of the 9 days that we were there, that was the only day that we had very good few hours of solid sunlight. When we went into the ice cave, there was plenty of sun that was hitting the ice, and that gave like a nice blue light.
Shin.
Alright, so how do you feel, guys? First days on the glacier? It's okay?
Yeah.
Do you feel fine with the crampons?
Yeah.
About to enter the glacier! Oh my god, look at that! Look at that! Oh my god!
Here we stand, the world awaits. We'll let the stars tonight light the way. Hand in hand, through light or rain,
explain it? How do you explain the thickness of the ice walls? You know, when you look into it, it's just pure ice.
Apparently it takes 17 meters of snow to get 1 meter of glacier?
Around there.
About 20-minute drive, we reach Jokul Salon.
It's free.
Yeah, it's
You
free.
can just drive there. A lot of tour buses go there as well.
Some people would, like, if you go to somewhere new, you want to go on a tour so that, you know, they bring you to places. But I guess the more important thing about this is if you travel and go on a road trip, the uncertainty or like the unexpectedness of things that you do when you just go unplanned, or maybe you plan some things and some things go unplanned, it's really, really like the experience that you cannot ever get if you go on a tour group.
Day 4. So we were driving. Day 4, we stopped somewhere around the eastern side of Iceland,
Yeah,
and we
it's
took a lot
Iceland
of very beautiful photos.
Yes.
And I think most of the time we were just very into the moment that not a lot of videos were captured at that point of time, because sometimes we just need to just soak in the moment and like, ah.
She always has a smile from morning to the night. The perfect poster child that was once in my life. A door made out of glass. All her friends think that she's great, but I can see through it all that she's about to break. Remember last year when you told me to always stay here and believe me. The light from your eyes made it feel like we were dancing in the moonlight. Remember last year when you told me these will be lifelong stories. The light from your eyes made it feel like.
And then the next thing we know, we were driving through this, literally through this mountain.
Yes, oh my god.
No, it was white. It was just white.
Like at any point, you would think you see the White Walker armies approaching.
It's that white. We stopped at the highest point. I think it was the highest point. It was so quiet. You could hear the pin drop.
Now she lost her way, and she forgets to smile. Never gets a break from this life in denial. A door made out of glass. All her friends think that she's great, but I can see through it all that she's about to break. Oh, remember last year when you told me to always stay here and believe me.
Day 5. We watched Game of Thrones, and there was this scene.
Egret! 7 ounce! Egret!
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
We went to
No.
Godafoss.
You gotta force yourself to see this, man. Gotta force.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast.
Oh, we stayed in the most beautiful house that was spacious for all of us.
And we had a
freaking hot tub!
tube.
What we always love about going to the next location is finding out how a house looks like. So this is our 5th house at Akureyri. We live on the 2nd floor and it's gosh darn beautiful!
His health is fading and he doesn't know why. 3 letters took him to his final resting place. Yeah, don't hear me. Don't go
It's snowing and we are trying to get into the hot tub.
One thing we try and do every night is try and catch the northern lights. The snow got so harsh that night, we started to just...
Let's run around the snow since we drove up.
Snowing! This is our attempt to catch the northern lights, but it's 100% cloud cover and it's freaking snowing.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear,
Day 6. We set off early as usual. The weather conditions were very harsh because we were in the northern side already. I was so afraid that our car was going to be blown away. It's very scary because the winds are so strong, you have to literally hold your car door. If not, it will fly away. So after the Black Church, we're supposed to go to Kirkjubel Waterfall, which actually, if we take the mountain road, it's just
an hour to 40 minutes.
But that mountain road was closed, so there was a road closure sign there. But they only blocked away
like half
one
of the
side of the lane. We were a bit confused as to whether we should just ignore the sign or go with it. There was a hotel beside the Black Church, so we actually asked some nice humans over there how we should go about doing this, and then they told us that the road was closed. So thank God we listened to them. But there was a detour that we had to take 1.5 hours along the edge of Iceland, but it's the safest route.
So when in doubt, check with locals.
Fast forward.
This is the backyard of our house.
Ain't half bad.
Day 7 was an eventful day.
Murphy hit us very hard.
It's minus 10 degrees outside. We just had a minor car accident. Waiting for rescue team. It took about 1.5 hours. Life is ironic. Look at it is probably one of the most beautiful days that we've seen here in Iceland, and it has to be the day that we crash. It's basically icy roads, so if you intend to ever come here to drive, please be careful, okay? We're all very blessed to be alive. We're just all in shock. Currently,
thank God for that guy.
Very lucky. We're very lucky that this very kind passerby helped us to pull the car out of the snow because the tires stuck in deep snow.
The streets of modern city.
We checked into our last cottage of Iceland.
It's the epitome of cozy wooden cottage in the woods.
Literally nothing around. And we also caught the Northern Lights that night.
This is in the middle of nowhere, and we only had coordinates to come in. Would you look at that?
You can make fire with real firewood,
Gosh.
which is pretty cozy.
Doing it old school way.
Pump it up.
Day 8. We woke up to no water.
Cannot even function.
It went down to -10
That night.
over the night. And despite us leaving the tap open, the water froze over and there
Water
was
system froze.
zero running water in the house. We couldn't wash our hands, we couldn't shit, we couldn't shower, we couldn't anything. So thank God we already took a shower the previous night and we were going to the Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon! Blue Lagoon!
Morning! We are at the Blue Lagoon. Minus 10 degrees. Check that out.
for the basic package,
Yeah,
Blue
the
Lagoon, it
basic
was
one.
about 100 a head, thereabouts.
To rent a towel there is about another extra 20 Sing dollars, and everything else is provided. The toilets are very big.
There are free mud baths at the lagoon.
Once again, go early, because even though you may buy a ticket beforehand, there's still a queue to go in, and there's still procedures that you have to, you know, take a wrist tag. And oh, it's like Disneyland, they give you a wrist tag, and then you can tap to buy your drinks inside, your beer and food and everything. That was the last we showered until we flew back to London. The world really worked in our favour. We decided to go back to some civilization because we had too much of the road to, you know, just soak in the last of Reykjavik we can get before we fly back to Singapore. They have this thing of going overseas and getting a tattoo from that particular place for memories, for keepsake. We decided to go check out this tattoo parlour. I dragged Glenn along to validate whether I should get a tattoo. Long story short, I did it! It's a very small one and I was freaking out.
But watching her do the tattoo, you wouldn't know it was a small one.
One hand, I was just squeezing Car and I'm like, save me!
Oh my god.
But actually I think most of the time I'm making the pain up in my head. And that was kind of the end of our 9 days in Iceland. I hope that this video gave you more insight of how it's like to travel in big groups and how it's like to travel to somewhere far and somewhere you are not familiar with.
In summary, travel with people you love and travel with people you can travel with.
The things that you see, the things that you experience, the people, not as much about the people in the country because there's literally no one around. But it's just you making best of your time, of your trip, and making it memorable for yourself.
Every moment is something new, and then before you get to reminisce it, you're moving on to something even bigger and even more wowza.
I think the perfect timing was when we first caught Northern Lights. We lost all chill.
Go to Iceland, it's beautiful. Yeah! Yeah!